Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Welcome to Wisdom International School's digital classroom for mathematics. So children, today we are going to learn a new chapter, Introduction to Graphs. Okay, so I hope you have completed your previous lessons notes. So let's start with this lesson. So you are already familiar with this graphs, right? So now we are going to see different kinds of graphs, like what all kind of graphs you can draw. So look at this. So first we come to this bar graph. Okay, so if you look at this, you have got two kind of graphs over here. See, the first graph tells you about the Anu's mathematics score. See, we have written over here, you see, Anu's mathematics score, and it's in 3 terminal examination. So see, this is the first term, second term and third term. Okay, so now if you look at this, you can just make out that it has actually improved. It has got really high, right? First, earlier she has got just 25 marks in the first term, second term she has got 30, and then in the third term she has got 45. So it has improved, a good progress, right? Now you see the look at the second graph. Okay, it's talking about Monday and Tuesday. If you look at this, they have given Monday, Tuesday. The dark shaded one is Monday, the light one is Tuesday, and it's talking, see, you can see that there are two graphs drawn in each case. See, for mango you have got one dark one light one, right? And for apple you have got one dark and one light. So this is about, like, the sales. See, if you look at the side over here, it talks about the sales in kg. That is, on Monday, 15 between 50 and 20, around 17.5 kgs were sold on Monday. Okay, on Tuesday 22.5 or something, right? So this tells you about each day. See, each fruit being sold on two different days, Monday and Tuesday. So apples, they have got this, okay, orange this, and papaya, see, you see that papaya no change, right? On both the days it's the same. And banana, it has reduced. Mango, apple and orange, it has increased. See, Monday it was less, Tuesday it has gone up. Apples, Monday it was less, Tuesday it has gone up. And oranges also, it has gone up on Tuesday, right? But papaya remains the same. Banana has gone down, right? So now you should know how to, so this is a single bar graph, this is a double bar graph. Okay, so that is, you just represent the data in terms of a bar. All right, now you come to the second type of a graph, which is called as a pie graph. Okay, or it's also called as a pie chart. Okay, it's like a circle. So when you see a circular graph, it's called as a pie graph. Okay, and now you see this whole circle, this full circle represents the whole thing. Okay, see, they say the whole, and every time, like here, this this is 10% information, 15% news, 25% sports, and this half, the whole thing is entertainment 50%. Okay, so they would have just given some thing, like let us say that your marks. Okay, let's say your marks out of 100. So if I say that that's out of 100 we are talking about, let's say your marks, okay, all marks. So all the subjects marks will be written as a, it's like a represented as a circle. Okay, now how much did you get, how much percentage did you get in each of them? Okay, let us say you got, in mathematics you got something. So you have maths, then you have English, you have a Hindi, and then social and science and Kannada, let us say. Okay, so now you can just divide it like this. So this whole thing represents your marks, and in each of them how much marks you have got out of the 100%, you have to write it. Like maths, let us say you got 60%. Okay, in Hindi, so this is, let us say this is maths, and in Hindi you have got, let us say 70%. Okay, and then in Kannada, let us say in Kannada you have got 55%. All right, and then you get in your English. In English, let us say you got 90%. Okay, in science, so this is English. In science you have got 85%, let us say, and in social you have got 80%, let us say. Okay, science, this is social. All right, so now this is how I will represent it if I want to represent it as a pie chart. Okay, now the whole thing, so this circle, full circle, means like how much you have scored, total marks scored in all the subjects by some student. Okay, let us say this is student A. All right, student A. So this student A has scored how much marks, the whole thing. Okay, that is what is your the circle. Okay, so the whole is represented as a circle, and then each part is given to whatever you have got, or whatever, it could be anything actually. So in this case they are speaking about news and information, 10% of information, 15% of news. So similar to this we can draw a pie chart. Okay, so basically pie chart is a circular graph. Then comes histogram. So histogram is like a bar graph, but then we don't have a gap in middle. See, on top of, in this thing you have like first term, second term, third term and all, right? We have different graphs, right? But histogram is just continuous. Now look at this. I'll show you one example. A histogram is a bar graph that shows data in intervals. Okay, so it has adjacent bars over the interval. Adjacent means next to each other, so touching each other. Okay, now here you see the weight 40 to 45, 45 to 50, 50 to 55, 55 to 60 and 60 to 65. So you can see that it's continuous. Like after 45 you get the next one, right? After 50 you start the next one. So for 40 to 45 there are 4 people in this range. There are 12 people in this range, 45 to 50. And 13 in 50 to 55, and 6 in 55 to 60, and 5 in 60 to 65. Okay, so then you draw a bar graph. See the weight in x-axis, number of person in the y-axis. So within 40 to 45, see that's what it says, no? From 40 to 45 you are supposed to have 4. So you will draw from 40 to 45, you will draw 4. So make a graph like this. Okay, then from 45 to 45 immediately, like, let me use a different pen. So from 45 to 45 you have got the next one. What is it? 12. So from 45 to 50 it's 12. So you will just join this. So you see it's joining, it's touching with the red graph, right? Then comes the next one. From 50 to 55 you have got 13. So it's 13 over here. So you see you can just join this like this. You understood? And then from 55 to 60 you get the next one. So let us say this 6, right? And 60 to 65 is 5 again. So that could be drawn with a different color. So let's see. Okay, so you see that everything is just touching each other, right? And now here you should understand one important thing. The zigzag, this kind of a curve over here, okay, this is being used along horizontal line to indicate that we are not showing the numbers from 0 to 40. See, we have started from 40 directly, right? So this means that 0 to 40 we are not showing it, it's there, we have just shrunk the graph, okay, because we don't need it, right? The graph starts from 40 to 45, so why do we have to write from 10, 20 and all? No need, right? So that's why we haven't shown it. So we've just put a zigzag thing, okay. So there are no graphs between bars because there are no gaps between the intervals, okay, right? So now come to the line graph. So a line graph displays data that changes continuously over periods of time. So you see here, so the time, so you see this kind of a table is represented in a line graph. You have written the time in the x-axis, temperature in the y-axis, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. So 6 a.m., 10 a.m., 2 p.m., 6 p.m. we have written it down, okay. Then for 6 a.m. it is 37. So you mark it, okay. For 10 a.m. it is 40. And for 2 p.m. it is 38. And for 6 p.m. it is 35. Then you simply join them, okay. So this, you join it as a line. So this is a line graph, okay. So you get this kind of a figure, okay. Now come to exercise 5.1. We are going to there are few graphs. See, you can do these things in your graph notebook actually. So see, the question is given. The following graph shows the temperature of a patient in hospital recorded every hour. So the graph is given to you. Now we have to answer the problems based on this graph. So the first question is, what was the patient's temperature at 1 p.m.? So this is the temperature, this is the time. So at 1 p.m. what was the temperature? So look at 1 p.m. over here, 1 p.m. is over here. So what was the temperature at 1 p.m.? You just look at here. It's this point. So where is this point going? It's going and intersecting over here. So it is 36 and 37. So it's between 36 and 37. So the answer is 36.5, and you write the unit as degree C. Okay. Then when was the patient's temperature? 38.5. So temperature, when was it 38.5? So you go to 38.5 now. So 38.5 is over here. So when was it at see, it's touching the graph over here, and it's also touching the graph over here. So at 2 points, right? So now you see, but then you have to consider the points only, okay, not the line at all. So this particular point. So at 12 o'clock in the noon, 12 noon, this is when the graph, the patient's temperature was 38.5 degrees C. Okay. So now let's go to the third problem. I mean, in the same question. third thing, C. The patient's temperature was the same 2 times during the period. Given what were these 2 times? So when was the patient having two same temperature? So let us look at this. See, you can see that there was no, like, see, you can see this at this particular point and this particular point the temperature is same, right? So at 1 p.m. and at 2 p.m. it was like, the same. So 1 p.m. and 2 p.m. Okay. Then what was the temperature at 1:30? So 1:30 is right in the middle. So 1:30 also it's the same. What is it? 36.5. Okay, degrees C. Then during which period did the patient's temperature showed an upward trend? So when did it go high? That is, when did it rise? You have to see that. So let's look at this. See, from here to here it is rising, but it's rising, right? It's rising slowly, but it's rising. Then from here to here also it is rising, right? Then after that from 11 to 12 it's going down, so you should not mark it. Then 12 to 1 also it's going down. 1 to 2 it remains same, so we should not mark it. From 2 to 3 it has gone up high again, right? So at what all period is it showing upward trend? So from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. So you write it as 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. That is one thing, okay? And then from 2 to 3 p.m. right? From 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. Okay, so now come to the next one. For an experiment in botany, two different plants, plant A and plant B, were grown under similar laboratory conditions. So you see there are like two different graphs given, part A and part B. Okay, part A and part B, both two different things are given, and their height were measured at end of each of 3 weeks. The results are shown in the following graph. So now let's look at the graph. This is week, it's starting at this point, week 1, week 2, week 3, okay, and the height is increasing. So how high was the plant? Okay, how high was the plant A after 2 weeks? So in plant A, so see the dotted one is plant A and this continuous one is plant B. Okay, so how high was the plant after plant A after 2 weeks? So after 2 weeks it was how much high? 7 centimeter. And in 3 weeks, it is this one, right? 9 centimeter, correct? So in 2 weeks it is 7 centimeter, and in 3 weeks it is 9 sorry, in 2 weeks it is 7, and in after 3 weeks it is 9 centimeter. Okay, now how high was plant B after 2 weeks and 3 weeks? For plant B, now plant B also in 2 weeks it was same 7 centimeter, right? For this also it is 7 centimeter, but after 3 weeks plant B was 10 centimeter, right? Okay, then come to the next one. How much did plant A grow during the 3rd week? So during the 3rd week, how much did plant A grow? So plant A grew up to 9, right? See how much is it growing? It's growing from 7 to see, it is from the 3rd week, it is growing from 2 to 3, right? So it's from 7 to how much is this? 9. So 7 to 9, so it has grown 2 centimeter, right? So 9 minus 7, which is 2 centimeter. So it has grown 2 centimeter. Okay. How much did plant B grow from the end of the 2nd week to the end of the 3rd week? So now if you look at plant B, it is from here to here. So now let me use a green pen to indicate that. This one, okay. So this was 7 centimeter again, and this point is 10. So it has gone from 7 to 10. So again 10 minus 7. So this has grown 3 centimeter. Okay. So during which week did plant A grow most? So when did plant A actually grow most? So now you look at the dotted lines. Okay. The dotted lines are your plant A. So it has grown from here to here 1, right? 0 to 2. So here it has gone 2 centimeter. From here to here it has gone how much? 2 to 7. So 7 minus 2, 5 centimeter. And then from here to here it has grown how much? 7 to 9, so 2 centimeters. So in week 1 to 2, that is when it has grown most, right? Which week? 1 to end of first week to second week, okay, to second week. So that is when it has grown, okay. Now, during which week did plant B grow least? So when was it less, they are asking. So let me use a red pen to indicate this, okay. So if you look at the dark ones, okay, from here to here is like, 1 centimeter, it has grown 1 centimeter. From here to here it's like too much, right? 6 centimeter or something. And then from here to here is 3 centimeter, right? So this is what is your plant B. So least is from first week, 0 to 1 week, right? Which week? And 0 to first week. Okay. Were the two plants of the same height during any week shown here? Yes. When was it same? It was same in the second week, right? See, both of them are at the same centimeter. This one, right? 7. So yes, it was at the same height and second week. So second week. Okay. So this is how you are supposed to look at the graph, observe it carefully, and then answer the question based on that. Okay. Alright. So now you complete this. You can do it in your graph notebook or your classwork. Anything is fine here. Okay. Or classwork. Okay. This first exercise you can do it in anything, but actually graph will be better because the other exercises you have to do it in graph only. Okay. So this whole chapter you can maintain it in the graph notebook. Alright. So inshallah I will see you with the next video. Allah Hafiz. Thank you.
Iya, betul.